Alright, so Nancy Wilson very rarely gets mentioned as being among one of the most important, influential, or accomplished guitarists in classic rock, but yet she has a lot of passionate, devoted fans who believe that she is exactly that. And I saw this firsthand when I did a video on her guitar playing and saw how many people are just convinced that she is a top tier guitarist, and they want everyone to understand this, even though Nancy doesn't often get the recognition that she deserves as a player. And there is a specific reason for this, a fatal flaw, if you like. And when I say fatal flaw, I don't mean to criticize her playing at all. What I mean is being recognized for her accomplishments as a guitarist. And I'm going to tell you what that fatal flaw is in just a minute. But before I do that, I'd like to remind you that there's a join button available now for people who would like to support the site. And if you choose to become a member, you will have access to members only videos as well as custom badges and other content. So I hope you'll check that out. Anyway, back to the idea of Nancy Wilson's fatal flaw. And I know what you might be thinking at this point as well. It's because she's a woman and people are biased against female guitar players. That's an important consideration, but I don't think it's the decisive factor. You might be thinking, well, it's because Heart is a pop band as often as they are a hard rock band, and people don't give pop musicians the same kind of respect as they do hard rock musicians. And that might be a valid point, but I don't think that is the determining factor. Well, then you might say, well, it's because she was a rhythm guitarist primarily and she didn't play a lot of lead guitar. Well, that's a valid point as well, but I don't think that is even the reason why she is so often overlooked for her guitar abilities. I think it's because of the following factor, and I'm going to let her tell you what it is real quickly, as she described the basis for her signature song, Crazy on You, and how it's essentially a driving, rebellious, hard rock piece. But let's listen to Nancy talk about it.
Incorporates acoustic and electric. So it's rock, but it also has the more delicate nature of acoustic music. A kind of an interesting signature blend that Heart's sound really was.
And I think that's it right there. I think it's because she is primarily an acoustic-based musician that her playing gets overlooked when compared to other classic rock guitarists. And as one slight bit of evidence to support this, I might mention Ry Cooder, who is also an incredibly accomplished and gifted guitar player who does play electric instruments, but he's most well known for his acoustic work. And I think there's a natural bias toward electric guitarists. I don't think it's against acoustic guitarists. I think it's for electric guitarists. I know Nancy played electric guitar a lot of the time, but she made her statement, her signature sound, on the acoustic guitar. And for anyone who cares to examine her work closely, you can see she was extremely creative and that she was also a very technically accomplished player. So she should rate right up there with the best of them. And I think one of the reasons that she gets overlooked is simply because she's primarily an acoustic guitar player. This is what I think, but what really matters is what you think. So if you have an idea about this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below. And remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.